But then, when you're in a confined space where you don't have too much to do, if you're a creative person, you get more creative. And I noticed a lot of people in prison, you know, they work on their talent. Whatever your talent is, your gift is, they perfect it in there because you have so much time to perfect it. You got people making like bags out of nothing. You got people making wallets out of, little stuff. They got the leather shops and people are making real creative things, but they just can't sell it. You know what I'm saying? It just has to be like a craft, something they do as a hobby. So if you're an artist and you're a creative mind, you get more creative. You have more time to perfect your craft, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I did. That's what I did with my time, apart from like working out and, and being strategic. I learned how to play chess just to be a strategic person and make the right moves, you know what I'm saying? So that, I guess that's a positive that I took from that, negative situation. And, definitely I don't want to be in that situation no more, you know what I'm saying? I don't wish that on nobody, you know what I'm saying? Time away from your family and all of that is definitely devastating. But if you ever be in that situation, if you ever find yourself in that situation, you got to use your time.
Make the most of it.
Yes. And I feel like I've done more in there than I probably, as far as making music wise, I've written way more songs than I would have written if I was out for those 2 years. Because 300 some songs is a lot.
That's a lot, man.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. And obviously you talked about working out. Clearly you got bigger.
Yeah, I actually lost a little bit of weight since I got out because I haven't been on my nutrition. Like, over there you eat 3 times a day. You start breakfast at 5 a.m., you eat lunch at 11, and you eat dinner at 4. And in between, you got little snacks you can eat and stuff like that. So
really? So you had that much access to food?
Well, commissary, I had to buy it, but at the same time, if I was hungry, I eat it. If we're watching a little TV show and I'm expecting the show to come on, I can just grab my little, popcorn or whatever, my little snack while I'm watching it. So at that point, you're eating almost 3 to 5 times a day, and then you're working out. So you're really in top shape, and you're not moving around too much. You know what I'm saying? You're sitting down in one place, so it helps you, helps your body grow and stuff like that. But
obviously the food was cheap, right?
Well,
whatever you got from commissary was not cheap.
No, it wasn't cheap. Commissary is actually more expensive than the store. Like if something costs $1 in the store, on commissary, there's like $1.50. It's crazy because in county jail, we used to get the ketchups, right? But they won't give us ketchups. They sell it on commissary. Like when you go to like one of these, you go to like these fast food restaurants and you order food, and as you're walking out, you can grab.
Yeah.
Those same packets were 20. I think it was 15 or 20 cents a piece. So imagine going to the fast food spot, just grabbing a whole bunch of those, and then coming to sell it to us. The exact same ketchup, the exact same mustard. So it's more expensive. The same thing you buy for 75 cents, like Capri Sun or something like that. Now, they didn't sell Capri Sun. They used to sell like little sodas, was like 90 cents. Sodas that you could get for like 65 cents or something like that. They're like 90 cents, $1.
American jails. That explains why the prison system was more or less a business.
It is a business.
And you guys had to work. That's modern day slavery because you're working for less than
for nothing. Really. You know what I'm saying? Nothing. And they're getting this cheap labor. They're hiring us to do certain things that they would have to pay professionals, like people who went to school for it, and they're hiring us to do it for 16 cents an hour.
But they themselves were making full price, I'm sure.
Exactly.
At least almost
Definitely.
full price.
Prison industries, yeah, definitely.
Prison industry, that's ridiculous. That explains why they can keep one person for the tiniest crime. You could be in jail for like 10 years.
Right, and then they make extra money. They make money for having you there per year. I think it's anywhere from 30 to 40, 50,000. I'm not sure about the numbers, but it's 5 figures they make from you per year. So imagine they have you there for 10 years.
Jesus Christ.
They off that one
and
person.
They have like over 1,000 inmates in there.
Yeah, at least like 1,500, anywhere from 1,000 to 1,500 inmates, depending on the prison. So imagine you making that much money from every single person, and these people have multiple years to be there, and there's still more people getting locked up every day. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy, man.
Anyways, what about the women? How was it like? Cause being in there without.
It was hard. It was hard being, just being the kind of guy that is used to being around women to now be stuck with a bunch of men, a whole lot of testosterone. A lot of times, guys get into it. You know what I'm saying? They just, it's crazy. And then you got
like,
some.
Did you ever drop the soap?
Hell no. Never that. I'm a solid one. You know what I'm saying? It was people in there who, because if you're a transvestite or whatever, they can't put you in the women. They got to put you in the men. Like, it was dudes in there that had titties. Because per law, they're supposed to give them the estrogen pills, and those help them grow boobs and stuff like that. So you had guys there with makeup on and titties.
They must have been like the hot babes in the house.
I mean, to each his own, man. You know, I just, mind my business. You know what I'm saying?
So 2 years without any action, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And then as soon as you came out, I bet you were killing the.
I came out, man. I came out and I came.
You say he came out and he came. I don't
came,
die.
you know what I'm saying? So,
That's-
yeah, it was definitely a relief, man, to be able to see women, you know what I'm saying? Because you around that many
bet.
men, you know what I'm
bet.
saying? And it get tasking, you know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, you have to. But you never lost your skill, Sha, the art of talking to women or anything like that.
I
Your
mean,
game is still.
I used to be on the phone with people, check up on people. I guess I became more patient. You feel what I'm saying? Like I was more of a listener because what can I do but listen to whatever she want to talk about? You know what I'm saying? I became a better listener. I became a better companion to, whoever my partner was at that time and stuff like that. And that's I guess I've gained that skill. Whenever things are not going so right or whatever, instead of arguing, I can listen and we can have conversations. We can, talk things out versus just go off the fly and go off the impulse. Prison teaches you patience. You know what I'm saying? You learn to be patient with a lot of stuff. And you let time heal wounds. You feel what I'm saying? Because whatever you're mad about, like I remember like things I was mad about when people I had little issues with before I got locked up that I hadn't even talked to in a whole year. Into my sentence, like a year and a half into my sentence, I just picked up the phone and called him like, man, what's up, man? I ain't really tripping off that no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we good. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to get up out of here and do my thing. You know what I'm saying? So, small fry. We on the better things. And they appreciated that because it was growth. You know what I'm saying? But then again, I learned that from, my experience in there. And plus, that book, 48 Laws of Power, was real powerful to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really helped me shape up some of my ways that I thought was right at the time, to which the book let me realize, you probably could do this differently. So, because if I had beef with you before, man, that's to the grave. You don't exist to me. But I squashed a bunch of beefs just based on, I ain't worth
Did
it.
you squash Godwon?
I don't even talk about that guy. You know what I'm saying? that guy put me in a situation where I could have been away from my family. You know what I'm saying? I could have went and done some time, some things that, and I mean, like rapper code, you don't tell on nobody. You feel what I'm saying? I don't care if you murdering people, you don't tell on nobody. So for him to put me on blast like that on the internet and put my details for, the laws to come get me, which they eventually came and got me, that's a tough one. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really even remember how the thing went down, but I definitely can't forget it. You know what I'm saying?
So if he approached you now and was like, Sinzu, man, let's just.
Honestly, I don't think I would entertain that. I don't think I would entertain. I don't think I'd ever entertain being in a conversation with that guy. Or
he crossed the line.
Yeah, he crossed the line, and it is what it is. He's where he's at, and I'm where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I'm definitely better. You know what I'm saying? I'm better than I was then, and I've learned from that experience. So it is what it is.
A guy, Tola at Lord Dre, he says, what have you learned in the past year? How is your daughter, and are you still actively chasing music?
Definitely actively chasing music. In the past year, I've perfected what I learned 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I've learned a lot of patience. I've learned how to, not act on impulse. And I've definitely learned to make music more creatively than I did. You know what I'm saying? My daughter's great. You know what I'm saying? She's a big girl. Obviously, I was away from her for 2 years. I missed 2 birthdays. But she's about to have one, coming soon. And hopefully that makes up for the last 2 I missed. So, but she's good. She understands what's going on.
Is she here in Houston or LA?
Nah, she's not LA.
LA. Okay, nice. Another question. Okay, this guy, Isage T-Bones. I just call him T-Bones. He's like, when are you gonna drop another joint like Airplane Mode?
Honestly, Airplane Mode, man.
That's a fan favorite,
right? Because if you know me, that's my flow. That's what I like to do. The thing about it is, when I did Airplane Mode, it was supposed to be bigger than it was. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if a South African artist did Airplane Mode, it would have took off. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Especially right now, these guys are on the road.
So I mean, I still have that in me. You know what I'm saying? Like that's really the type of music I like to make. But So yeah, they're definitely gonna hear it. See, the way I'm gonna do my thing right now, I'm gonna make the mixtapes, which is gonna be filled with a bunch of like airplane modes and kitchen streets and stuff like that, stuff that I did like on that type of rap style. And I'm gonna put it out on YouTube. I'm gonna put it out on social media. Some of it is gonna be for sale. Some of it is gonna be free for streaming. Some, you have to pay to get it. And whoever's into that can get that. And at the same time, while I'm doing that, I'm also gonna make these singles that I can put together for the poor Nigerians.
Mainstream.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Makes
So,
sense.
yeah.
Okay, another question. Okay, Rain Coca, he asks, does he intend to return to Lagos to really pursue a comeback? And will he go full frontal Olamide and Fino now to secure the bag? You know what he means by that, right? Like singing and making.
Nah, I don't think I have to sing to secure a bag, man. I was out here not singing or rapping, and I was securing that bag. I'm gonna get to that bag regardless. But
will you move back to Lagos anytime soon?
Moving to Lagos is not necessarily my plan, you know what I'm saying, or my strategy to get to it. Now, will I spend more time out there? Yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? That's my hometown, you know what I'm saying? I was born in Lagos, Nigeria, you know what I'm saying? So, but I have a life outside of there, and I feel like I have more of an opportunity to make music here, and get the stuff done right and shoot my videos. And if I need to be in Nigeria, I can fly out there. It's not going to be a problem.
But you're not going to be stationed there.
No. I don't think that's what I want to do. No, definitely not, because I have stuff going on here and I'm comfortable where I'm at.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But I'll definitely spend way more time out there if I need to. It's nothing but a flight away.
Okay, there's another question from Oluwa Valu. He says, well, I guess you kind of answered this already, but I'll still throw it out there. He says, how has experiencing prison life changed him as a person? And will it change his music in any way?
Well, for the first couple of projects that I'm gonna drop, like I said, the ones I'm gonna put out for streaming and for sale, or whatever, you're gonna hear about my experiences. My experience of from dealing with maybe fake friends, or my experiences of being down, coming up and then having to take a step down just to come back up. You're gonna hear that experience about people not being there for you and stuff like that. That type of music, and then you're also gonna hear growth. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna hear okay, I'm out now. The positive stuff, and letting people know like, man, this ain't the way to go. And if you're gonna go this way, well, there's consequences, and you better not be trying to tell on nobody, all that kind of stuff. So, as far as me being changed or anything like that, I'm a better person. Out of a negative situation, I was able to take the positive from it and realize what I need to be doing out here, which is not catching no cases and doing things that could put me in that situation. You know what I'm saying? So definitely, I'm taking the music way more seriously than I ever have, and and we're just gonna see what happens, man. I know what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna let them see.
All right. Next question. Andre Music says, when will he be dropping new music? When are we expecting something new from him?
As soon as it drops, man. I got a whole lot I'm working on, and strategically, I'm just gonna put it out. But they could definitely look forward to one of my singles called "First Day Out the Slammer," which is pretty
First Day Out the Slammer.
Yeah, it's pretty much definitely addressing coming out. So that'll be out pretty soon.
Okay, another question from Chioma. Chioma, my lover. Well, the handle is at Miss_Chibaby. She says, apart from music, is there anything else he'd like to pursue?
Business opportunities, you know what I'm saying? Entrepreneur, clearly, it's always good to be able to make income from more than one source, you know what I'm saying? Merchandising, just other businesses, so I have people around me who I care for who went to school and graduated in certain fields, and they're professionals in those fields. And they, instead of them to go get a business loan, I can loan them the money to be able to start up their business and earn from that too, and that kind of stuff. So those are avenues I'm trying to pursue as well.
Okay, but you haven't. There's still ideas that you intend to pursue. You haven't really started on anything.
I've started on some. Okay. I've started on some, but I don't want to really put it out there yet. And then there's other ideas that I have. You know what I'm saying? Like the logistics thing is a big business out here too, and I'm definitely looking into that as well. But more than anything, merchandising. You know what I'm saying? Selling the brand. Sinzu as a brand. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is.
Okay, this one is funny. One Master P boy, and we kind of addressed it. He says, "Will he continue rap? Abi he won't give us shaku shaku first."
And I'm gonna
We
rap,
did address
man.
that.
I'm gonna rap. I mean, you know, that Idunde Mad type of flow.
Mm-hmm.
I still, you know, I infuse a lot more of that now. You know what I'm saying? And but I'm still gonna rap. You know what I'm saying? That's what I do.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I'm a good singer. You know what I'm saying? I definitely feel like I'm a good rapper. So I always rap.
Yeah.
And, you know.
Okay. Mark West at Mark West Rules says, when will he be collaborating with the top act in Nigeria to release a song here? Here as in Nigeria.
That's already in the works. That's already in the
Yeah,
works.
you did say you have something with Fowls. Was it Fowls or
Yep.
YC?
I've done something with Files. I'm planning to do something with YC pretty soon. You know, David O, you know, Olamide, you know, those are people who I've reached out to and spoken to about getting some music done. I like what Burna Boy is doing. I definitely want to, I feel like me and Burna Boy can definitely make some great music together. And I definitely will reach out to him. You know, shout out Burna Boy, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out Burna.
Get at me, man. You know how to get at me, man. You know what I'm saying? That's my boy, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you guys have worked in the past before.
Yeah, we have actually. We have good
you did some
relationships.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did a song called "Fulfilling All Righteousness."
Yeah, I
And then we
remember
did
that
another one. You know, I can't remember the name of it now, but yeah, we've done about three or four songs together, something like that.
And then there's a guy telepathic, I think at IXONIQ. He says, when is he giving us African American 2? Will that happen?
No, I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okay, so that's not going to be a series.
Nah,
That's
not-
it. That's
not a
it.
series.
Just
I'll probably put out Industry too. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I like Zufri. You know what I'm saying? I like Zufri. I think Zufri is gonna be the project that deals with, like, you know, this kind of stuff that I wrote in prison, as far as music for, you know, like I said earlier, people messing around, you know, people not holding you down, you know, dealing with fake friends and stuff like that. Zufri just be pretty much addressing being locked up and now being free. You know what I'm saying?
So Zufri is more or less the first project we should expect.
Well, I'm not saying that's what it's gonna be, but I like that for that title. I might change my mind. You know?
Sounds like a very dope.
Zoo free, you know.
Yes.
Ain't no more free zoo now, cause zoo free.
'Cause Zoo
That's lit,
free.
yeah.
Nice one, nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Because Sinzu is Sinzu.
Sinzu.
What is Sinzu?
Sinzu is Sinzu.
You know that question is here, right? Everyone keeps asking, like every single time, what is Sinzu? And I'm like, I believe you've answered this question.
A lot of times. Sinzu is Sinzu, man. At the end of the day, you know, I don't care how many times I get asked the question, it's still gonna be Sinzu is Sinzu. You know what I'm saying? So if that's a question right now, Sinzu is Sinzu. You know, facts.
Yeah, there's Wizkid FC. Wizkid fans, that's what they call themselves.
Okay.
Wizkid FC, like Wizkid fan club. So someone says, will you consider a Wizkid collaboration? I know you guys did Child's Play.
Yeah, we did Child's Play a while ago.
That kind of leaked, right?
Yeah, it leaked out. Yeah, it never really officially came out.
You never pushed it. So
we
I know Wiz, when you came out, when you got out, Wiz was like, you know, Sinzu is out. You know, he celebrated as well. Wizkid, Davido, a bunch of them. So like, he's asking, he said, would you consider a Wizkid collaboration now? So I'm wondering, have you heard from him since you got out?
No, I haven't heard from
apart
Wiz.
from that one tweet.
No, I haven't heard from Wiz. I haven't heard from him. But definitely.
But something could happen.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Let's keep that one. I mean, I'm still gonna put it out. He was like, was Sinzu guilty of the charges? And if yes, why did he have to commit that crime? Can we skip it or?
I mean, I pled guilty. You feel what I'm saying? And I did the time, and you know, I guess that was my punishment. You know, so I did that, and obviously moved on, and now I'm free. So.
Nice. Okay. Any other questions? There's this funny one. By one Malone OTX, Don Lothario. He says, did anyone try raping him in prison? Did anyone try to force you to pick soap?
I don't know why people think it really goes down like that in prison.
It's
not really like that. Like, you don't just go to prison and have sex with men. Like, that's not that's not what you do in prison. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of people in prison are really stressed out. A lot of people are really pissed off. A lot of people have real life mental problems. It's not like people just go in there and they turn gay. You know, that's just a stereotype. You know what I'm saying? Now, there's some people who, after being locked up for so long, have not having contact with a woman, they start to, you know, see those people who, favor women and, shoot their shot. But it's not like a rampant thing like, oh, you went to prison. Oh, did you have sex? Like, it's illegal to have sex in prison. You feel what I'm saying? You can get in big trouble for actually having sex, whether oral sex or consensual sex or rape. They got this thing called the PREA. You know what I'm saying? The PREA. You can catch a straight up PREA charge on top of your charge for having sex in prison. So it doesn't go down like that. I mean, certain things happen, but you know what I'm saying? To think a nigga like me gonna go up in there and do some shit like that, niggas is tripping. Niggas is tripping.
I mean, yeah, you have a question. What does freedom feel like?
Freedom is probably next to life, I think freedom is the best gift a human being can have. Because you don't know what it's like to not be able to do what you want to do because you're told not to do it until you go through that. Like right now, if I want to drive my car and drive down the freeway, maybe one of these freeways right here, and just listen to music, I can do that. In prison, I can't even listen to music in certain places in prison. I got to be in my room or something like that. If I want to go downstairs and pick up something from the store, I could do that. True. So when that's taken away from you and you have no control over it, it really makes you reevaluate things. You know what I'm saying? Freedom is priceless, man. Honestly, ain't no price on my freedom, man. Like I'm not going back for nothing.
Not going back at all.
Period.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put myself in no situation where my freedom be jeopardized. Nah, it's too much life out here for that.
Looks like you learned a lot in those
Definitely
2 years.
did, man. Definitely did. And there's some people in there who didn't learn nothing. You know what I'm saying? Because they still caught up in this type of lifestyle. I'm out here trying to be better, and I'm already better, and I can only get better. You know what I'm saying? And there's so many opportunities out here. Like I said, African music is real global right now. Afro beats, Niger wave is popping. I mean, every damn club, is playing stuff from David, Wiz, techno. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing it in the urban clubs, in the urban restaurants. You know what I'm saying? We went into a phone store the other day, and on the speakers, it was David O coming on, and that wasn't happening 4 or 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So definitely, so that for me is more motivation to put out more music more consistently. You know what I'm saying? And take it serious. So that's definitely what I'm gonna do, and I can't go to jail for doing that.
True. So, and I guess you technically already gave the advice, but there's a bunch of young people coming in right now. A lot of people are trying to make that money, side hustle, and there's this talk in Nigeria where there's a guy, I don't know if you know Nobeligwe, he actually tweeted something actually where he got out as well, and then they're talking about fraud. There's been a big debate because EFCC, they went out to Club 57 in Lagos and they arrested a bunch of people. Okay. So there's that argument right now about the economy and the merits of fraud or stuff like that. Do you have any advice for young boys that are looking to just make a quick buck, the hustle, and they want to go into stuff like that?
I mean, all I can say is, if you want to look at my story, I did it, and look, the consequences I had to face. And that was a slap on the wrist, you know what I'm saying? I know people who were out here while I was out, and now that I just got out, they just went in. Some of them just got sentenced. I know somebody who just got sentenced to 63 months. That's 5 years and 3 months. You know what I'm saying? I know another guy who got sentenced to 51 months. That's about 4 years and 3 months. So, I came home on a 24-month sentence after doing 20 months. So imagine being away for 5 years because of something that you did for maybe a 2-3 year span. I mean, it's common sense. You know what I'm saying? I don't advise. Like, I wouldn't wish prison on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a place where any man wants to be at, or a woman for that matter. It's being away from the family, not having your freedom. But if you're going to play that game, just know that there's consequences, and one day you're probably going to have to answer. You know what I'm saying? One day.
You probably get caught.
And that one day might be worth way more to you than anything you ever made from your little hustles. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to people how they want to handle that, and just be smart out here, man. Make the right choices so you don't have to end up singing "I did being
Yeah,
on me, for real.
Yeah.
Facts.
Okay, before we go, just one more thing. There's an exclusive you gave me right before we started recording, right? And let's put it out there because what next for you? We know that you're still making music, but there's now a fresh in for you to come back and kill the Nigerian industry. And I know you're about to make a move. What's the next move?
Well, that's part of why I haven't been dropping music yet, because I got a situation that's about to pan out, with the DMV and 30BG situation, and we're definitely about to go into business together, and it's gonna, SMG, DMV, 30BG.
DMW.
Yeah, DMW.
DMV is
That's
Maryland,
yeah, I'm
DC,
tripping.
Virginia.
Yeah. SMG, DMW, 30BG. You know what I'm saying? Shout out.
SMG, DMW, 30BG. Sinzu Davido. It's happening.
Shout out to the boy Banco, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, Sir Banco.
Man,
And shout out to
man.
David O.
Shout out to
you know what I'm
Banco.
saying?
I think Banco just pulled up.
Yeah, the Banco just pulled up. Man.
Yeah.
He been out here with me, you know what I'm saying, for a whole week now. We cool, we kicking it. And we just getting ready for stuff. So we're definitely, you know what I'm saying?
Because the 30BG machine right now is crazy.
Yeah.
Everything they are dropping is hits. And the movement is heavy. So I think that's a mad train that you're hopping on.
Shout out to David O though, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Cause I hollered at him, you know what I'm saying, like, yo man, I was listening to Carolina the other day, 6 years old, about 6, 7 years old, and it just, there's nothing that sounds like that. And I like how we
Facts.
rock that. Like nobody could duplicate that song. And I was like, you know what, let's get together and do something. And my man just like, listen man, we could do that, or we can do this. I feel like we should do this. And I'm like, all right, let me think about that. That didn't take too much thinking, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So it just dropped on my lap like that, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to the boy though, man. I'm glad he's doing big things, you know what I'm saying? Definitely put Africa on the map, Nigeria on the map, you know what I'm saying? And that's lit. That's what we wanted to do when we was, at that age, you know what I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that he's been able to achieve that, and I'm definitely finna do what I gotta do to make sure that people out here really recognize, like, yo, there's some real Nigerian dudes that can really rap, and that's it.
Nice. I like the fact that you're still focused on rap and you're keeping it that way.
That's what I do, man. That's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Congratulations, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Thanks a lot. Looking forward to hearing more from you.
Definitely.
Looking forward to new music.
Definitely.
Let's make it happen.
Definitely.